Hi, afternoon, Jules here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So this is part 4 in the series of Back to Basics, and what we started with was an ideas journal. So we covered making the cover for any type of journal. We did the signatures, we prepped pages, we prepped magazine pages, then we went over using textured paste. I give you the recipe for homemade textured paste, stenciling, doing your arty doodles. We did a bit of napkins. Where's this one? We did a bit of that with a bit of gold foiling because it was still sticky from the heat. I've actually made that into a pocket. All I did was I just turned that over. So what we are going to cover today is turning sort of like some of the pages into pockets. And all I did with the other one was I just turned it over a little bit like that, and I stuck it down. You can use a glue stick for this. In fact, I will use a glue stick, and I use Prit Uhu. I have got some cheaper ones, but sometimes the cheap ones don't stick, but this one sticks. And when the schools are going back after the summer holidays, that's when I buy mine, because they sort of like put it down in price. So there, that's stuck down. I am going to ink that because I like it to stand out. And I think this has got Spectrum Noir Friar Brown on it. And then this one, all we do is we just, and I've had my pin out so it's glue clog. There we are. Straight line. Oops. As straight as you can get it anyway. And just, if you get any glue seepage, just wipe it off. And then what I usually do is I just ink round it. And we've talked about what is an ideas journal. It's a journal made out of recycled paper or whatever paper you want for your ideas, and it's kind of what flicks your switch. You might be into sketching, you might be into watercolour, you might be into collage, you know, cutting bits out of magazines and books. It might be old photographs, anything that, you know, it can be anything. So there, we've got another pocket there. And what I did do, I just did some rough stenciling on those pages. I just put some letters on that one, and that's enough for that. So what I want to do is, because we've covered that pocket, what I want to do is I want to deal with this now. It's 2 pockets. We did take the cellophane out of there because it caught the heat gun, caught it and it melted a bit. So we can cover that up, no problem. But what I've decided to do is make that a middle pocket. So I've got a pocket there, a pocket there, and a pocket there. And that way you can't see the stitching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out. It's tied in a knot. I'm not going to take it out anymore. I'm just going to tie it in another knot just to make sure, and I'm going to cut them off. because we don't need that. We're not needing a little bow. And then what I'll do is I'll just stick a little bit of glue on that and rub it in, and that should be enough. Keep that, might do for something else. So what I want to do is I want to glue these two together, and again just a straight line of glue. I use art glitter glue. There's lots of glues you can use in your junk journaling. PVA glues, there's Bailey Arts, Anita's tacky glue, there's other tacky glues. You get used to one glue. I started using art glitter glue in my card making days for cards, and I've kind of got used to it. I do use Anita's tacky glue as well. Anita's tacky glue is cheaper, and depending on where you live you can't always get art glitter glue because they doesn't do well in the cold weather. Don't know why. Alright, and I think what I might do is I might use a digital. I know I said I was trying to keep away from digitals, but it doesn't hurt. Some people like digitals, some people don't. Now, I am going to, normally when I cover something, I have a border. And I was thinking of putting a border in, and that's just preference to me. It's not a rule, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right up. So, I'm going to put my glue. Right up to the top, round the edges, and round this window, because you don't want to stick that, otherwise it'll stick your pocket down. So I'm sticking that round there again, and then I'm just going to fill this in. You can use a glue stick and do your art glitter glue or whatever PVA glue you've got around the edges. I'm just using this because I can, and because I'm lazy and it's in my hand, and I'm just going to take that right to the edge there and right up to there, and I'm going to press it down. And I'm just going to get a store card and just spread the glue like that, and that gives me a little bit to cut. So you can see a little bit at the end there. And what I do want to do is I want to put thumb notches in. Now thumb notches, I use I guess it, and I use a circle punch, and I'm going to put a thumb notch in there, and a thumb notch in there, and I'm just guessing the middle and guessing how much I did, like that. We've still got our middle pocket, but I'm not going to put a thumb notch in. And 2, 3. Now, what I do want to do is I want to put another thumb notch in, but I don't want it to come right down to there. So I'm using a smaller circle punch, putting my circle over both, and I'm guessing the middle again, and I'm just, and there we are, and I guessed the middle wrong, and it's fine, because what I'll do is I'll just, and if you don't have a circle punch, just draw around something, a circle, and cut it yourself. There you are. And I think we'll stick with Fryer Brown. You know how it's tied up, but one of the things that I am going to do is I'm going to put a tab on there. I like to put tabs and have lots of tabs. There's some freebies on my Ko-fi. Let me get these out. There's some freebie tabs in my Ko-fi. If you go to my Ko-fi, have a look in the shop, look for the freebies, and it'll be tabs. And I'm just inking around it on both sides. You might be lucky and have a whale tail punch. I don't, and I'm not certainly not paying the prices that they're asking for them. But Temu and places like that have all started selling similar punches. So it's entirely up to you. And because this is a pocket, I can put it around all of them. And there we are. So then you can pick that up and pull it over. And that to me looks a bit dull, a bit bland. So to me it's screaming out for something, and I think what it's screaming out for is some boob page. This is part of a encyclopedia. I was lucky, I managed to get hold of a full set of encyclopedias from I think the 50s. And I'm still on the first one. So I make a lot of things out of boob page because I do like boob page. I'm just going to take a bit more off that. And then I'm going to ink round it. And if you find it hard to ink round boob page, just bend it like that and it just makes it a little bit easier. For some reason it just gives it a bit of strength when you're hitting the paper when it's curved. And I think we'll put that there. And again, I'm using art glitter glue. I could use glue stick, and everybody has different opinions on glue stick. I've never had any problems, but I know some people just don't like glue sticks. They don't have any success with them, but I like them. And when I'm putting my journals together, if I'm going to stick pages down and then stitch them, it's glue stick I use because it dries pretty quick. And that's that. And then I'm just thinking what else I can put over that. I've got a little bit more boob page here. I think this is doubled, yes. This is a bit of old German Bible page. I'm not into ripping Bibles up, but it was dilapidated. I didn't even realise it was a Bible because somebody's obviously tried to coffee dye it to make it look old, and the front and everything kind of dilapidated. It was all eaten inside with insects and things. The front pages were ripped off. I don't know whether that happened when they were trying to coffee dye it or trying to make it look old. Okay. So we'll put that on there like that. Now we want a focal point, and what I'm thinking of doing is putting a stamp on that, and I'm going to put that over there, and I think I will do it in I'm trying to think what I should do it in. I think I'll do it in rich memento. Now what have I got with the Adirondack? I've got lettuce, I've got denim, I've got wild plum, and I've got butterscotch. I think butterscotch is a bit bright. Wild plum, no. Lettuce is kind of a vivid green, no, so we'll not use any of them. I think I'll stick with the mementos. Rich cocoa. That's what I kind of thought of first. You can use archive links. So that's well inked, and I'm just putting it where I want it, and I'm just going to press it down. And you can use a stamping platform. If there's anything that you want me to cover, just leave a message in the description box, in the comments box. There you are. So there we've got our focal image, and I quite like that. And it was simple, just two ripped bits of book page and a stamp. And the stamps I get from Temu. Yeah, I've got some Tim Holtz stamps and things like that, but I think they're a little bit too expensive, and I've got to save up for them like anybody else. But yeah, I like that. So I'm still withering about that. I think what I might do is I might put a fussy cut, or I have got some die cuts. I have got some butterflies here. That we maybe could just have some different. These are fussy cuts. Quite like that one. That one just wants cut out a little bit more. Some of these are from Artymaze. She does freebies as well. No, I think those two. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut. If you can hear her bell, it's my little dog. She's blind in one eye. She's 13, she's old. She's blind in one eye and she's deaf. So she's never been one to go on a lead. She's always been really good off a lead. So we take her out for a walk. We take her the same walk, so she knows it. And we just watch her and let her off the lead. But just every now and again she decides to go home, and I think it's just because she's getting a little bit old and she thinks she's missing home. So if she does that and we shout her, she doesn't hear us. So we have a bell on her so we know where she is. So she sounds like a little cat. But over Christmas it was funny because the kids kept thinking it was Santa coming. It doesn't seem to be bothering her. I don't think she can hear the bell. She just... But she is going a little bit senile as well. She's forgetting things, and she's, you know, she never used to mooch when you were eating. Now she's kind of forgot, and she kind of stares at you and comes up and tries to sit next to you and watches every mouthful. She never did that. She just always went to her bed, or, you know, just went and laid down. So it's a shame. She's 13. She's an old lady. I'll miss her like crazy. I know I've not got her for life, but the thought. Alright, so do we want 1 or 2? I think I like that one down there, and I like it that way. And again, this is an idea of, you know, decorating with fussy cuts. And when you make a pocket or whatever for the first time, you put it in this journal. If it gets too full, then you have to make another one. You probably will have several. And another thing I like to do when I'm putting butterflies in journals is I like to use bling on the bodies. So another idea, you know, it's a reminder basically. Yep. And where's my bling? So I have got lots of bling, but I'm just going to see what that is. I think we'll use these are, it's a flat backed pearls. You buy them on a ribbon. And that's it. So we need that one cut there. And you can use a heat gun. I don't, I just use my this one. So take them 3 off. There we are. So we've got our pocket, and I'm still thinking of doing some kind of berries on that, and I'm just looking because I do have some covers. So this is just a cheap watercolour pencil, and I'm just And the reason I didn't do it straight away was because I wanted the ink to dry. I think that's a berry there, and that's a berry there. And if you've got red felt pens, you can use them. I've got some. Is it Vermilion? These are just aqua markers, and they've got two. They've got a brush side and a tip side, so I'm just, because I'm not quite sure how this will dry. Yep, that's fine. And I think this is a berry here as well. So you can use your watercolour crayons, or you can use felt pens, you can use gel pens, anything. But, or you can put little red stones on, stickles if you've got red stickles, anything like that. So I'm quite pleased with that. We just need to do something with this pocket. Easiest one to do. And I'm not going to go with that. I think I'm going to use espresso truffle. So this is more of a browny black. And I'm just sitting down. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right in the middle. I'm going to stand up. And there we are. And it's like a specimen, so if I do any, specimen, which we will be, some specimen tags, they can go in there. And I'm just guessing the middle. I'm using the lines on this. Missed a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Still looks good. And it's the bottom we're going to be using. So I'm going to put that right in over there because it's legible anyway. And there we are. So we've got that. So then we could use some little butterflies, to stick on. If you wanted to do some little tiny ones to go over, it's entirely up to you. We've got some little small looking little things. Don't want anything too big. I don't want to be any bigger than the stamp. Nope. It's not cut out very well. This one out. I think this is actually a stamped image of the stamp that I've been using. And we'll just ink around it a little bit. Yep. So we'll put that one on there. Just gives it a little bit of interest, and that's all you're looking for. You could, if you've got a bee stamp, you could do a bee stamp. You could do flower stamps, car stamps, number stamps, whatever you've got, it doesn't matter. And even if what you put in the pocket doesn't match what you've got on here, it doesn't matter. And was it that one? Yeah, we're hiding that one because I didn't do a very good job of stamping that one. And there we are. They're quite like that. And anything else? I think we'll leave those. I've not done anything with this yet, and I think we might do some still not decided what I'm going to do with that. I think I'm going to make a pocket, but I think what I will do is I'll do some stamping. I've got a text stamp here, and I'm not putting it on a on one of these. I'm just going to roughly do some stamping, and I'm turning it round. I'm not putting it all the same way. And this is just another way to just bling your pages up a bit. And what else have I got? I've got one that looks like a little bit of a bubble wrap. Quite like this one. I'm just putting it on. I'm not using espresso truffle for that. I'm going to go lighter, and I'm going to use the peanut brittle. And it's kind of like what they call mark making. You can do this with your pen. If you lift it up like that. If you lift it up, you just get little bits of it like that, and that looks a lot more interesting than that. Even if you cover half of that with a pocket, it's still got bits coming out of the end. And I think what we'll do is the coffee dyed. I've got a star here, so I'm going to go on this one with a star. Not perfect. And I'm still sticking with peanut brittle. We'll do along the bottom. And it's not in a straight line. If you want a straight line, draw a line and then place your star on that. And we'll put that one away. And I think we'll go with, what's this one? Smoked Plume. Again, it's a browny grey. I'm not cleaning my stamp. and I'm just gently tapping it, and I'm going for a second and third. And again, I'm lifting it up, putting my fingers underneath. It's only a small stamp, you can't really do that with big stamps. I'm going over the stars. Okay, and I think I might go with a little bit of, what's on this one? Anthracite. Might be a little bit darker. Just let me test it. No, it's fine. So again, I'm just a different shade. Putting my fingers underneath. It is a little bit darker. I'm just filling it in. And there we are. And I think I might even go for a bit of blue. But I don't want to go too blue. That's Frosty Jade. This is baby blue. It's like a grey blue, so I might get away with it. Yeah. So I think we can, yeah, it's just, it might not show on the camera, but it's just that little shade of blue, and I quite like it. And I think I'm going to do some, and these will look like little shadows. There's still a bit of that's it, it's more blue now than peanut brittle. And I'm just doing it under there. It just gives it that grungy kind of look. So we've got that one, we've got that one. Just ideal for just doing whatever you want with it, and then we'll ink round it. You don't have to use brown, you can use black, you can use blue, you can use grey, you can use pink. And you can see this one's got a kind of a rough edge, so that's fine. And there we are. So I think we'll definitely leave it there, and we'll come back and I think we'll maybe cover franking pages. Franking pages is where you've got a little bit of page and you want to extend it, you know, and you've got little bits, you put extra bits on it. You could do it with this and, you know, put a piece up there and a piece down there. You can make franking pages just starting with scraps and then cut them down. But I think that's what we'll do. I think we might do some single franking pages and then make journal cards with them to go in here. Now, what I was thinking, we could put like a little notebook in there with journal cards in the two sides. That would be quite good. So that's what we'll do next time. Franking page, we'll do a little notebook, and the franking pages will turn into journal cards and put in there. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.